Welcome to happy2050.org. This is part one of our practical guide to talking with skeptics about the climate and energy crisis. What we have established in our last two videos is that global warming is real and that it is man-made. So let's now take a look at this third category of objections. How bad can it really be to have a few additional degrees? The IPCC projection is that the average global surface temperature will likely rise a further 1.1 to 6.4 degrees Celsius during the 21st century. It's easy to get confused with these numbers because they seem to be ever-changing depending on the source. But what that really shows, though, is that the prediction is hard to make, simply because it heavily depends on how much greenhouse gases we will keep emitting in the future. What doesn't help either is that the consequences of such numbers are hard to grasp, and looking at what's happening today simply gives the wrong impression on what may happen in the future. I mean, for all the pain and losses with Hurricane Katrina, it only represents 30 minutes to an hour of additional mortality compared to usual daily rates. So we need to put things in perspective. A drop of 5 degrees is the beginning of a new ice age. So that shows how dramatic a 5-degree increase really is. And for the lower estimate, an increase of 1 degree over one short century is simply unprecedented. So what we face is not a few additional hurricanes, but a complete climate change. At this point, we've either made our case or we haven't, but we've pretty much exhausted all discussion points around climate change. To convince remaining people that action is urgent, we now have to shift our focus. The discussion can no longer be on climate crisis. It needs to be on the dangers of modern society's addiction to fossil fuel. This will be the focus of part 2 of our practical guide, so stay tuned and please join the discussion at happy2050.org.